So, right where we left off, you ran into, it looks like this ancient giant temple in search of what these deep toads are up to. You just crashed straight through to this room where all along the walls you see these stone carvings of those giant figures you fought before, battling these weird worm-like creatures and holding aloft in the air above them crystals, emitting light against the worm creatures. A human woman came out and yelled at you, threatening to kill you. And there are also a few deep toads up in the corner over here. Just quickly glanced around. Starly, there's a lizard person down there. And when he sees you, he's like surprised. But then suddenly he waves for you. So the human woman has just said they're all going to die. What do you want to do?
I'm casting my use of suggestion on the bigger deep toad thing.
What are you suggesting?
I am suggesting that we are friends and allies, and he needs to convince his human friend.
Could I get a torch from my bag and light it?
Everyone roll initiative. Griff, what are you doing?
Starly and Roger are trying to kind of diplomacy our way out of this. If someone moves within range, I'll take an attack.
It is the Deep Ribbiton's turn. It's a small, almost Raj-like looking fellow. Deep blue skin with a white belly, holding a staff, kind of stunted, small, wiry. And what he does is he opens his mouth and just starts to speak very loudly, a very deep, echoing voice, which travels throughout the entire room. And then you hear reverberate up this hallway. Her turn. She moves up to Raj, very menacingly just stalks up to Raj.
Hello.
No weapons, just looks angrily at you. And she shouts back in the direction of the deep toads in their language. But that's it. This one starts to shout to the human woman.
I'm going to yell out in common, trying to intimidate her. You really want to fight us? Do you know what we had to do to get here? You know those guards outside? We killed them.
She shifts her gaze from like Raj over in your direction. She's still sneering.
I'll just ready a Eldritch Blast.
I am going to try to use Faltrick as a human shield hiding spot, and I will have my bow readied.
Raj?
Why are you attacking us? We just came down here to talk. And then I will just return the death stare she's given me.
Okay. She looks back at you and eyes open a little bit wider in your direction.
I will try to step away.
Nothing happens.
So I'm going to whisper to those who are near enough to actually hear me. There seems to be a slave down in the tunnel below. And I am going to stealthily dash down to where he is so that hopefully the other three up there don't notice.
You end up in this room here. You have eyes on that room. Big carvings again of the giants fighting the worm creatures. But these carvings look like they show the giants completely victorious. You also see there are 3 other lizard folk. They're all chained together, and the chain is bolted to the ground right here. And you see they've been digging. They all have like shovels and picks, and they've been digging along this wall here. You can make out what looks like a big metal box just beginning to poke out of the dirt. The lizard folk see you, and they immediately like run up to the bolt and start pointing at it, and they're hissing back and forth. And somehow you sense hope. Altric is... He's gonna say quickly, like the points at the big one. The big one's saying that we're friends. How is that happening? There's too many, and he's pulling back like 20 feet, exposing Avia. Starly also saw a big pit going down in the corner of the room.
Griff's gonna move down here, and he is going to hold an action, and that action will be firing Eldritch Blast if anyone should attack.
The Ribbiton, you hear not from him, but from down this hallway, an echoing response. He raises his staff and he mutters something under his breath, and suddenly a wall of ice appears along the southern wall. There is a wall of ice on the southern wall, barring passage through to the southern room. The woman seems to have not been intimidated, unfortunately. The sneer returns to her face, looks at Raj, and suddenly her mouth opens far too wide. And from her tongue, instead of a tongue, looks like there's a worm emerging. And just this spray of thick green mucus spurts out at you. Make a con saving throw, Raj.
Oh,
So
that's fine.
You
Oh, a green 19. It's always nice.
You still take 2 poison damage. And then she whips her arms, one each at Avia and Arthur. This is Avia. You duck beneath as her hand just swings at you and misses. Arthur, though, she's going to hit. You take 9 damage as the arm smacks into you. But then as your arm hits you, suddenly spikes appear out of it. And she pulls her arm back. They scratch along, doing more piercing damage. So you take 9 damage, and you are grappled.
Since she's attacked, that would also trigger Griff's held action.
Okay. As your blow, as the burst round you hit her, part of her face is seared away, and you see worms sprouting out of her skin. Arthur, you can try to make a DC 13. You wiggle free. Her arm.
I am going to run as far as I can, and I can't get in this room, right?
There's a wall of ice blocking your way. It's at the edge of your vision, but you think you can maybe see through it till like there's darkness beyond.
Well, I'm going to shoot an arrow at Worm Lady, and I will yell out, I thought we were going to be friends.
But I just wanted to talk. I'll cast Bane on our 3 new friends here, and then I will tumble away and then move behind a rock.
So I am going to use Produce Flame, and I'm going to motion for them to stay back just a little bit, and I'm going to aim at the links right before the lock.
You see that link, you start to glow white, and it is their turn. First one's gonna swing at it, hit. This one scoots up. It's gonna take an attack at it. No, they're just not. They're hitting it, but it's not breaking. But it's definitely deformed and it's stretched out really thin. Valtryk, you hear him mutter, "Demonic monster!" Erupted ice wall, and he's gonna attack it. Valtryk's first blow hits the ice wall, and it definitely cracks.
Diplomacy's definitely failed at this point, since we have.
She has a worm tongue.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people have worm tongues. That's just.
Don't judge.
Okay.
Griff will use his Crimson Light first, and will move up here and make an attack. 26 damage total.
You're slashing away her skin, and one arm is revealed to just be a worm, and her face falls away. It's just like this mass of worms. The Ribbiton raises its staff again, mutters more incantations, and there's a circle right here. Hail, snow starts to fall on top of Raj. Raj must make a dexterity saving throw. You have succeeded, so you still take 7 cold damage as these shards start to hit you, and 10 bludgeoning damage. So 17 damage. You have to make a concentration check, right?
Yes.
Your bane's gone, right?
Yep.
The woman didn't like being attacked. She swings toward Griff. The mouth opens up. Well, there's no mouth, but now just where there was a mouth, there's just a mass of worms. Green mucus spits in Griff's direction, and she's gonna swing both, but now both arms are just worms. She's gonna swing at you twice. You take 5 damage, and you are grappled and restrained. You hear another round of just responses from the hallway.
I am going to Eldritch Blast 2 times at the woman.
I will single move behind this rock here so that I can bonus action hide.
Seeing as they failed to break it, I will pull out my short sword, and I'm going to strike at the...
That part shatters away, and the chain slump. They're still chained together by the ankles, but they're no longer chained to the bolt on the floor.
I'm going to move down up to the wall to see what they were digging at.
You can see that they have been digging around. It looks like pretty hard-packed earth, but looks like they have revealed some pretty big metal box. Okay, you somehow sense in the air just a feeling of gratitude, and they're gone. They all leap down the hole. Valtryk is going to still swinging at the wall there. The more ice falls away, it's cracking. It's definitely very thin now, but it's still holding.
Well, Griff can't move, so he'll whine something about how, oh, she's touching me with her weird worm arms, and he will make an attack. So 26 total.
Nice.
Bonus action, he'll shift into his long tooth form.
Back to this deep Ribiton. Griff, make a wisdom saving throw. You are paralyzed. It is the woman's turn. It first is going to look over at Arthur, and it's going to, this spray of mucus goes in your direction. It has Griff in its grasp. So suddenly the worm arm lifts him up in the air and slams him down on the ground. Then she is going to swing her other arm at you to try to hit you. 16, doubling that, 32 damage. One worm arm picks you up, slams you to the ground, and while you're down, the other one just swings and smacks you on the back and nest.
And that will take him out.
And then I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the woman. And then I'm gonna summon a tentacle.
I am going to poke around the edge and try to hit her with my short bow.
Back to Raj. Your little skull touches Griff and gets back 5 blood.
How large is this box?
Looks like a foot and a half wide, and it goes, you're not sure how far inside it. It's like maybe 4 or 5 inches poking out. You're not sure how far into the hard packed dirt there it goes. Faltrick's gonna keep swinging at that wall. He smashes right through it, and he shouts, "What do we do?" Griff, you're back up. The worm woman looks pretty bad.
Griff will make
your sword just slices through her body, and all the worms just scatter into the air. When she screams, though, it's like many voices at once, and then just worms. Ribiton doesn't like that. This cone of freezing energy just extends in Raj's direction. You have succeeded, so you only take
3,000 damage.
no, only 26 cold damage.
I'm done.
I am going to go and look at what Starly's fighting with.
There's like the edge of a box poking out, pretty big.
Can I try to stick a dagger along the side and give it a... Oh no, I have a crowbar. Can I stick a crowbar along the side and try to like pop it out?
You're digging out more clods of dirt, but looks like that box goes in deeper than you expected. Okay, Raj, you fail 1 death saving throw, unfortunately.
I am turning into a horse.
He's gonna head over to the lodge.
Is there action you can administer the healing potion?
Yes, he'll pull it onto.
So you're back up, you gasp, you're conscious again.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can start to see 1, 2, 3, and 1 more magic user.
I am going to use my readied Eldritch Blast to attack them. I'm going to move my tentacle and attack them.
I am going to try again to get this box out.
It's dislodged.
I am assuming there are more people in this hallway since Arthur's firing magic in it. Run away. And as I get this way, I'm going to shoot Calm Emotions right here.
So 3 don't give a crap about you, and 1 is like still hostile.
I will use my action to help Avia get this thing up onto my back.
Okay, we should probably run. Oh, hi, horse.
Deep Ribiton, indifferent, just gonna hang out there. The toads, it's not affected. It's going to charge to the room. And the other ones are gonna follow its buddy. They're just curious. Like, what's going on? What are you doing?
I am going to move and use a dash action to get up right next to Griff.
Avia. So you're going to use your turn to try to lift up that box onto Starly's back.
Correct.
Yeah, Starly gets down like on her knees to help you, and you manage to like just shove it so it's balanced on her back.
Do I have enough action to use my rope to like secure it?
In the 6-second action window we have, you get to loop it around once.
I will inspire Starly.
Looking at that hole, is my large frame going to fit down that hole very easily?
Is it like like just a straight hole down?
Looks like, from what you can see, it's whole going straight down.
Because I've been picturing just this horse in free fall.
I'm going to walk up to the edge and look down to see if I can see how far...
You're thinking maybe 30, 40 feet down, but you see another like floor surface down below.
I'm gonna just wait at the edge of the hole for everybody else to see what's gonna happen.
Baldric is seeing you all retreat. He's going to, what's down? What are we doing? What's down here? That's his turn.
Griff's gonna jump down the pit.
You are in the pit. Give me a deck save as you are falling, as you just leap over. You fall pretty hard.
I'm going to move closer to the hole. I'm gonna get my rope and some piton out.
I am going to come up the next to Starly. I'm going to finish tying on the box.
Is Raj small enough that he could get on Starly horse with the chest?
Yes, you could climb atop Starly Horse.
I will do that.
No problem. You're now on Starly Horse. Baldric jumps down.
Fuck this.
Starly like Surhoof stomps on the piton and it goes straight in. So now you have a piton with the rope dangling down into the darkness.
I'm gonna climb down.
I am going to wrap the rope around Starly, and oh god, she's going to be heavy.
What you would have to do is like a pulley system where you guys like hold on the end of the rope, and I'm up top, and as I lower down, you guys might.
You know what? I'll help with the pulley system, but I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay, so you'll help on Starly's turn to lower her down. Avia, you're going to help as well on Starly's turn.
Correct.
Raj, you doing anything? That's top Starly.
I'm waving at these guys coming in. I don't know how we're going to make a pulley system.
I am going to motion that Avia and Arthur both hold on to the rope and like go down, and then with Griff and hold on, and then like I will wait till my next turn and go down.
I like looping the rope through because then we can pull it down, then we still keep the rope away from them.
Arthur, you and Avia can spend your turn setting up this pulley system with the piton. Okay, Raj, and anything to do to help?
I'm going to play dead.
Starly, your turn. There's not a little pulley system around you using the piton, and Griff and Baldric below you are like holding the other end. You feel tension. Thinks it might work.
Okay, I will into the unknown.
It succeeds. It works. Somehow your friends have managed to put together this system, and it's kind of herky-jerky, not perfectly smooth, but you manage with your movement to land at the bottom, and you are in the next room.
These frog people haven't seen anyone from the surface in generations. And some lady full of worms comes down. Some elf comes down, turns into a horse, and a frog rides her down in a hole.
All the things happen.
Except this one's he's swinging his spear attack, Avia. Then he takes a big bite out of you. 19. Yeah, takes a big chunk out of you. And
I don't like him.
the other ones are like, still like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that to her? She's cool.
I'm gonna go down the rope.
I am going to go down the rope, and then when I hit the bottom, I'm going to pull hard on the rope so that way the open end can go through the piton.
Yeah, Griff, you've been down here and you have seen it looks like, you can tell the floor looks like, the floor's above, so this was a room at one point, but just the walls have collapsed in. So it's just all around you, just hard packed dirt walls. You see spots of mushrooms and toadstools popping up from the ground, and you see another big hole heading down.
Well, there's only one place for us to go, Griff will say, and head towards the hole.
Do any of these mushrooms look like those kind that the mushroom people were talking about?
As you are going to look at it, you see a rope descend from above.
I'm going to acid splash the rope.
You burn away the bottom rope, but then more emerges.
Allons-y. Let's go.
I just dropped my horse farm.
So yeah, there's a big chest amongst all. Griff, roll perception as you look over the edge of this hole. You still see it looks like the bottom is like 40 feet down. Maybe another stone surface like the room you're in.
Throw the chest first. Throw the chest. Hopefully it crashes and we get whatever's inside. We don't have to carry the chest anymore. And then we all just go. Can we like climb down this thing?
You could probably climb down. So first you're throwing down the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you shove it over and you hear loud clang down below.
I hope the lizard people weren't waiting for us down there.
You hear screams of pain.
Yeah, I'm sure they moved.
You hear a huge clank and then like a metallic tearing noise. Griff, you're gonna climb down?
Yeah.
Sorry, you lose your grip. And you fall down, take 4 bludgeoning damage. We're at the bottom. Up above, you hear yelling, shouting. It sounds like that one deep Ribiton is up close by the edge. You see that rope starting to shake a little bit.
I'm gonna try to go down the hole.
You make it down. You succeed. You climb down. It's a bit rough, a little hard in the hands, but you make it down and land at the bottom. And Griffin's like on his stomach there. Avia, you unfortunately lose your grip too.
Don't land on me.
You only take 2 damage as you manage to land on top of Griff.
Before I fall down this hole, can I use message on one of the frog people who are still attacking us? One that has not been calmed.
The one that was throwing the spear at Starly, you're thinking might be on the top of the hole.
Okay, I'm going to use message on them, but just scream and then hop down the hole.
You just hop down.
Yeah.
I'm attempt to climb down.
And you end up in yet another room like this. This one you can see some of the walls are not obscured, but most of the room is still just covered with toppled dirt. And at your feet are the remains of that big box. And you see on the floor 3 of those yellow magical stones. And there is one, it's shaped like a dagger, but it would have been a dagger for one of these giants. So it's basically a short sword. And up here, you actually see the lizard people. They're all still bound together at the ankle by chains. And behind them, though, you see just a big mass of those finger rot fungi just blocking the way to another tunnel going down. Starly, you get a sense in the air of fear and trepidation emanating from them. You're not quite sure how you're sensing this, but you're sensing some kind of emotion from them.
Will they let me approach?
They don't react.
I will try to unlock these 2 from each other.
And if you want to take the time to do the rest, you can manage to unlock all of them.
Yeah.
Well, I would, if we're taking the time to do that, I would also help.
Baltrick hisses like, putrid lizard people.
Yeah, we're friends now. Friends for the moment.
I tell everybody to move back. I am going to step up near the finger rot fungus and cast Thunder Wave because...
But yeah, you managed to blast them all away, and they're piled up on the back wall here. Looking down this hole, Raj, it seems to be carved out of stone. At the bottom, maybe 60, 75 feet down, it looks like a rough stone floor. It doesn't look like this nice carved room, whatever this was.
Does anyone see any other way to go?
No.
Okay. I'm going to start climbing down.
You go down, you land in a big natural stone cavern, and it is nighttime. You all are sensing, we're beat.
Do we think it's safe to try and rest?
Do we want it in one of the larger portions? Put up the little tiny hut?
If we do it at the edge of where it's a shorter section so that nothing can get through the tunnel. I will talk to the lizard folk and ask them how far we are from home.
So you are sensing, you're admitting the sense of home too, but you don't really have the ability to convey a question that way. Raj, is starting to pick up, very rudimentary language with them.
We're tired. We're, sleepy. I don't motion to the ground that we want to lay down and nap. And I'm offering them to help stay with us.
They understand sleep for sure. And they pause, and now Starly gets a sense from them of sleepiness, emotional state of sleepiness and agreement. Together, 2 of you could probably communicate effectively with them, but one-on-one, difficult. So you're going to cast your little tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a tight fit with all of you in there, but you manage.
At some point during the rest, Griff will, and he's not doing this to see if it has any effect. He's just enjoying his preciousness. Take the crystal he has and the control rod he took from a dwarf online and just kind of smush them together.
Over the next 3 hours, you're entering the final area. You hear little short shuffling noises in the southern area of this chamber that you're coming into, and you see on the other side of the room a bunch of mushroom people.
I will approach with my hands up and a big old smile.
They approach. They don't raise their. You see they have little spears, some have little shields, but they don't raise their weapons in your direction.
I will squeeze between these guys and get right up close to them because I know the spores need to be.
A cloud of spores, just shoots out from its mushroom cap, and within a few seconds, you start sensing their thoughts. like strangers? Will they eat us?
Well, I tell them, no, of course I'm not going to eat you. How are you?
We are exploring. What is here?
And if you go down this way and you take a left, there's big bad things that are going to eat you. And if you go right instead, it's also really bad.
Such is our fate.
Oh, okay.
At least if one of us returns, they will share their memories. Where are you going? One of them ask.
We're following these guys.
Ideally, we want to get back up to the surface.
Oh, yeah. You know any good ways to do that?
There is a passage to the world above by our colony.
Oh, where's that at?
Point over in this direction, one of these passages.
Ooh, okay. Could you be a little more specific?
Do you want to see our colony?
I would love to see your colony.
Oh, we will inspore you then. Yes, that
Oh,
is
okay.
good.
In spore.
It is a good thing.
Sure it is. Always is.
And the lizards will eat you later.
Mhm.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, probably. We haven't discussed it with them, though. I'm
Yeah.
sure once we feel hungry, though.
You know other mushroom people. Yes, we can tell from your memories.
We met a couple.
they were very friendly. Quite nice. Spoke well of home.
That is a strange colony.
Why are they strange?
Their spores are different.
See, everyone down here is either a cannibal or a racist.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Horribly xenophobic mushrooms. Cool. But they don't want to eat us.
Your home sounds great.
It does.
Were you going to take us to your colony or just give us directions?
We can take you. Yes, the mother would no doubt like to experience you.
Oh.
And then we would walk away from this experiencing.
We could take you home then. Yes.
Great. I see no way this could go wrong.
It's probably fine.
We'll be fine.
Valtric's like, what are you speaking to these? Blasphemy. How do you, they don't speak. You're just like standing here looking at each other.
Yeah, it's cool.
The lizard folk are like home.
Yeah. No, we'll catch up.
They're gone.
Oh, okay.
Valtric is like, I must return to the high priestess to inform them what we've learned.
Right, but do you know how to get out of here without having to go past the deep toads again?
Of course I do.
Do you know a direct way that's better than what our new friends here could show us?
He's pointing over here to the left. Of course, this is the natural direction.
Okay, well then, you'll get there before us then.
Do you want me to leave?
If that's the way you're going, I mean, we're going to follow them till we get really good directions.
Very well then. Per the agreement, I need to ask for my share of the treasures you found.
How much is your share? I'll go ahead and take out just 2 of the crystals that were in the chest.
That will suffice for now.
Okay.
I will make my way. Hopefully, I will see you back in the village.
Okay. Well, I did not expect him to just leave. Well, now we just have to hope that the mushrooms don't also eat us. So what have you guys found down here?
They share a sense of just lots of tunnels. You get a sense of creatures, pale white bodies and many legs. You get
Would that sound like the tumor spiders?
You get a sense of clicking feet in the dark.
Yeah.
They avoid those. It's not where they can't be spored. Raj, Starly, you hear something up near the ceiling here is like 30, 40 feet. You hear something very quickly shuffle behind this rock.
I will put my hands up for everyone to be quiet and quietly ask that our new friends show us the way to their home.
Oh, you want to leave now?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We will leave now then. Follow us.
I heard a noise.
I want to move up north to try to get line of sight behind the rock to see if I can see what scrambled.
It's not on the floor. It's up in the air. It is this disgusting looking creature. Looks like a floating brain with a beak and there are tentacles hanging down beneath its body. It scoots around to try to hide from Starlight.
Do we want to try and make it a pet?
No.
And as you were saying that, one just descends out of nowhere right in front of Arthur. And that's where we'll leave off.
It's fine.